Hi, this is a quick video on all of the features of Google Drive. We are going to talk about some of these during our week 2 fundamentals training, but I did want to make sure that you knew some of the basics. Right from your Google Drive, you can create new documents or files by simply clicking on the new button. Here I can add a new folder, I can upload a new file, I can create a new doc sheet or slide. I can also create new items based on integration with Google and Google Tools. So we have other tools like Mind Map, which is a district tool for making concept maps, Pear Deck, SketchUp for schools. These are things that I've also added in that I can make. Once you've created a file directly in Drive, or if you wanted to upload a file directly in Drive, you can upload a file by going to your upload either a file or you can upload an entire folder. You can upload non Google documents into your file, and you can choose, do you want them to retain their original format or do you want to convert them? If you want to convert a file, so say I've got a Word doc that it comes from the building principal, and I always want to convert them into a Google Doc, I come over to my cogwheel in Drive, and it's real important that you guys know that this cogwheel for settings will change based on where you're at in your Google tools. So when I go to the settings for Drive, this gives me what I've got for my storage. Don't worry about storage because with Google for Education, we have unlimited Drive storage. But right here, convert uploads. I can convert uploaded files to Google Docs. I don't have this on. The reason I don't have this on is depending on how documents are brought in, how they're formatted in Word. Sometimes they may not line up just right when you convert them to a Google Doc. So I keep them in the Word format. When I go to open them, I can open them as a Google Doc. And if it is really messed up, then I can make some changes in the Word document and convert it more easily. So I don't have this set up, but this is a tool that they might ask you on the assessment of how you can automatically convert uploads. That's done through your settings. I can also change my language settings for the drive. Obviously, this is set at the district level by English, but I can change that if I want to. Here, I can sync my Google Doc sheets drawings to this computer so that I can edit offline. This is something that, depending on what you want to do or how big your computer is, you can have this on or off. If you are wanting to share your docs, this creates a document copy so that you can use Google Drive and access your files offline. So this is a great tool for you to have as well. You can change how closely you want your information to be shown. Comfortable puts a little bit of space between it. Cozy makes it a little bit tighter for the spacing. Compact really crunches it down. I like to have a little space in my stuff, so I keep it all. I keep it all there. I want to make sure that I've got my Google stuff on here. Then one of the things that we've got here that I really enjoy is relevant files handy when you need them, quick access. This is we'll get files that are recent files or things that you were just working on. Will always move and be put up to the top. I don't do a lot with Google Photos. I don't have an Android phone or take a lot with Google Photos, but you can also have anything that's done in a Google Photo go directly into a special Google Photo folder. Also with your drive, another quick thing is you can organize your drive by, I've got a couple of folders here that are color coded. I can also organize my drives by files. It's very similar to doing something with a Word or just any file structure. Really, you can create your files, you can organize your files. I can search for my files by looking for keywords in how I've got them. This is something that you definitely are going to want to get into the habit of looking at, is how do you create stuff. So if all of my documents start with the word math, when I go and I look math, it's going to give me math. Or I can look up anything that is shared with me by a certain person. So if I was looking for, I know that Mr. Kovac shared something with us, but I can't remember exactly what it is. I can click on here, and if I clicked on his name, it would show me all of the documents and things that he has shared with me so that I could have access, so I could look for them that way. When I go to share my files, a couple of ways that I can share my files. The first thing that I can do is when I click on the folder, I can hit this person up here, which would be the share icon. I can share directly with, I pick who is it that I want to share. I can choose the rights for that person, whether they have the pencil gives them edit rights, the eyeball gives them view rights. So if I change this to view only, they get the eyeball, the pencil lets them to work with it. I can share who I want to share that information with. I can also right click on a file. And if I right click on a file, that will also open up the share menu so that I can share directly from here. I can also create a shareable link. This is something that will be on your assessment. When you have the shareable link, I can change where I want to do with that shareable link. So if it's right now by default, our stuff is set to anyone with the Albert Lee Public School email account can see when we do a shareable link, but you can create it so that you can share with something that is going to be people outside of the organization. And that is pretty much Google Drive in a nutshell. I know it went really fast. If you have specific Drive questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me.